In this video, I'm going to show you how you can minimize the deployment of your web server using Ansible. So let's get started. First of all, when we decide to deploy a web server, what we do, we pick any technology. We are planning to use Apache, IIS, Nginx, or any other technology which is available. After choosing the specific technology, we go for specifying the platform. Which server are you going to use? Red Hat, Ubuntu, or CentOS, or maybe Windows platform, or any other platform that you plan to install your web server on. Then, once we know all these different platforms, we have to find out, with respect to all these platforms, what are the various commands. So you as an administrator should be able to understand the background of all these different platforms. You should know which command will be able you will be able to run on Red Hat, and which command will give you the desired results in terms of Ubuntu or Windows platform. Now, this is the problem that Ansible helps you resolve. Let's see how. In order to generalize what we do to deploy a web server, first we start with installing a software. Then we copy our web code. And then finally, we start the service. These three are the main important steps required for you to deploy a web server. Now, let us see this from Ansible perspective, what we are going to do. So we have a Red Hat, which is acting as our control node. And using this control node, we are going to deploy a web server on our managed node, which is running on CentOS. So now we have seen the three different steps required for us to implement or deploy a web server. How do we correlate this with Ansible and get our desired results? So now to install a software, I'm going to use module called as package. To copy a web page code which I have written and it is present on my system, I have to transfer it to the web server. I'm going to use a module called as copy. And then in order to start the service, I'm going to use a module called as service. So to copy, I'm going to use a module copy. To start the service, I'm going to use module service. And in order to install the software, I'm going to use the module called as package. Now, the next question that would come into your mind is, how do I know in order to achieve this task, I have to use this module? That's a great question, in fact. Let's have a look at that. So now, in order to install the software, first, what we do is we start asking Google, Ansible, do you have any package for installing softwares or package? Do you have any modules? So Ansible has a very, very good documentation in terms of whatever you are trying to achieve, it has an intelligent module available for you to achieve that. So now in order to install a package or a software, I'm going to use a module called as package. So this is helping me fix my first step. Let's go on to the second step, which is copying the web page code. We again ask Google and check the documentation. So in here, we find that, okay, Ansible has a specific module called as copy. So for this second step, we are going to use module copy. Then for the third step, in which we are going to start the service. Again, we refer to Google, the Ansible's documentation. It says that there is a module called as service, which can help you manage the services. So I'm going to use a module called as service. Now I have all these three different modules. We know that with different modules, we have to give different parameters as inputs. So let us have a look at the parameters. To start with, we are going to install a software. For this, we know that we are going to use a module called as package. Now, again, if I refer back to Ansible's documentation, it mainly lists out all the different parameters which are available for that module. And in this specific module, I am interested in the parameter called as name and the state. Depending on what software that I am planning to install, that will be my name. And state is whether I want that to be present or I want that to be removed. So remove is absent. The keyword that you have to give in as your input would be present or absent, depending on whether you are installing it or uninstalling it. Let's move on to the second step, copying the web code. For this, I'm going to use the module as copy. Now, again, referring to Ansible's documentation, with respect to this specific module copy, we have different parameters available. And I'm interested in giving the parameter source and the destination. So source will be from where I'm copying. My code will be on my Red Hat system. That will be location of my web page file. And the destination will specify the path of my remote server where I want the configuration to be copied. Let's move on to this last step, which is starting the service. For starting the service, I'm going to use a module called as service. Again, this has different parameters available, and I'm mainly interested in starting the service. And I need to give the name of the service which I want to start, and what is the state that I want it to be in. So there are different choices available: started, stopped, reloaded, or restarted. So these are different available choices that you have in terms of these parameters. So this is what you will be giving as an input to your module. So in order to summarize now, for all these three steps, first step, installing the software, I'm going to build my command as Ansible all -m. -m will be the input, my package name. So -m, the module which I'm referring is package. And then what are the different parameters that I'm going to give? So name is equal to HTTPD and status is equal to present. After installing the software, I'm going to move on to the next step, which is copying the code. For this, again, I'm going to build up an ad hoc command, which is Ansible all -m. Then the module which I'm going to use is copy, and the attributes, which is source, the index.html, and destination is the path. I know on my web server, the main path where the code is to be stored is var www/html. So this will be my destination. Now moving on to starting the service. For this, again, I would build up the third command, which is Ansible all. All will be representing all the hosts in your inventory, and -m, the module, the service. Service is the module, and then the different parameters as an input to this specific module. So name, I'm going to start my HTTPD service, and what I want, what state I want that HTTP service to be in. So state should be started. So these are the different keywords, and that's how we build up all the different commands with respect to implementing a task. So the first task that we're doing is installing a software. The second task is to copy a code. The third task is to start the service. So now that we have got a basic idea of how we can build up our own commands, ad hoc commands, these are referred to as ad hoc commands, which you are running using Ansible across your different servers. So let's now jump into the demo. Okay, so in the lab, I have two systems. First is my Red Hat, which is acting as the control node. and the second is the remote server, which is built on CentOS. So now in here, I'm going to check my Ansible version. My bad. I have this specific configuration file, and let's have a look what is present here. So this represents my inventory. My inventory is mentioned in etc host.txt. So in the previous video, we have seen we can create the inventory anywhere that you want. It's just that you have to mention it in your main Ansible config file. So now let's go ahead and open up this file. And in this file, which is my inventory file, you'll see I have mentioned my IP address of my remote server, which is this server. In here, if I give I have config, I can see this is my IP address for this specific network interface, and this is the same interface IP address that I have mentioned in my inventory file. And then I have defined the username. I'm going to log in with root and the password, which is a default. So with this, now let's get started with a quick network connectivity check. So I'm going to use Ansible all and module ping to check from this Red Hat system I can reach my remote system. Okay, so it is success. I got a response as POM. So which means the connectivity is fine. So now let's get started with our first task, wherein I have to install HTTPD service on my remote server. So before to this, let's see. If I try in here, I can see that the IP address is 192.168.0.140. If I try to access this specific IP address from my browser, let's see what happens. So in here, if I try to reload this page, I can see that it is showing as unable to connect. Now let's get back to Ansible and get started with our configuration. We'll go to our Red Hat system. From here, I'm going to run my first task, which is installing the software. So Ansible all, which will be all the hosts in my inventory, and then which module, -m, the module, which is my package, and then the inputs parameters, name is equal to HTTPD, and what state I want. I want that to be present. So let's just wait for a while. So in here now we can see that Ansible has installed HTTPD on my remote server. The output that I got is changed. Changed is equal to true. What is the result? Result is installed HTTPD on my remote system. After installing this, I want to copy my code as well, my web page. So let me first create a web page here, index.html. And in here, I'm going to put up a HTML code. Let me save this file. So now I can see I'm opening this file using cat. This is my page content. I've deployed this web server using Ansible. Now this code I want to be transferred to my remote server, which is here. So at present, if I go inside on my server, if I go to var www/html, I can see there is no configuration file. So now if I want to transfer this, I'm going to use Ansible -m, Ansible all -m. Then the module is copy and inputs to the module. So source my input file, which is index.html, and the destination I want this to be transferred to var www.html. Okay, now let's enter. So with this, now we can see the output has changed. The changed is true, and this has basically copied the content file. Now if I go to my server and have a look here, I can see my index file is present on my server. Now after this, even after transferring this file, in order to be able to access the web page, I have to start the service. So in order to start the service, I'm going to use my Ansible module. So Ansible all, and then module is my service, and I'm going to give it an input as name of the service that I'm going to start, and state in which I want that to be. So state is started. Let me enter this. So now you can see the HTTPD service I have started. The output is quite big, but it is successful. It is showing me as changed, and changed is equal to true, name HTTPD, state started. Now in here, after doing all these three steps, if I come back to my browser and try to access the web page, I can see the web page. I've deployed this web server using Ansible. This is the exact code that I have mentioned in my web page on my web server. So with this, I have successfully deployed my web server using Ansible. But so far, what we have been doing is we have been running the different tasks using different ad hoc commands. In idle deployment scenario, you might have to run multiple commands. So this is not an optimized manner in which we will be deploying in a larger environment case. So there is something called as playbooks, which we are going to explore, and using that, we are going to see how we can deploy a web server in a better manner. I'll cover that in the next video. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you for watching.